Hello everybody, time for a new update. Now I'm going to be talking about quite a few things. I'm condensing everything I talk about with crypto into one video now instead of releasing multiple videos. I think that this is much more simple and to the point. So I'm going to try to move through everything as quickly as possible. First update on SAGA. I was in on the 28th. It has been pushing up, but it's been going through a consolidation period where it's been kind of flat at around the $10 mark for about a week now. And I do expect it will launch up at some point and break the high, and it's just a matter of being patient. Now, I think that a lot of us that are trading cryptocurrencies struggle with trying to stake in a coin for a long period of time. There are so many different coins. There's new ones releasing every day, and it's really easy to jump from one position or one coin to the next, and taking either small losses or small gains, and it's not beneficial. So the saying is, good things come to those who wait, and I think that it's important that we try to do that, and that goes for myself as well. And I have been tempted to move off of SAGA this week because it has been kind of flat, and I see other cryptos that have moved 200, 300% gains that I've been watching, and it's like, oh shoot, I was looking at that. I knew it was a good pick, but I'm just trying to wait it out on SAGA coin, and I'm already 3 times gains, so 300% profit or more than that on SAGA coin, and that's one reason why I was tempted to move over into another crypto. But from the research I've done on this coin, I do think it will break the $25 mark and eventually hit the $50 and probably $100 mark over time. But it's just going to take time, and that's what I need to wait to do. I can't just keep jumping around from one place to the other, and because coins take time to increase in value. People need to hold the coin and need to be, need to find the coin, need to be introduced to it somehow. And it takes time for that to happen. SAGA coin's only been around since December, so it's only a month old, and and over time it starts to gather more attention as people educate themselves about it. So a good example of that, of how the process of a coin like this works, for example SAGA coin, and what I'm expecting is here's another example. I've used GoByte as an example of something similar to SAGA, but this goes for coins that are in this range of max supply and circulating supply. And I know this coin's been out for a while, since October, INXT. I checked them out. I'm not recommending this coin. I think it would have been a much better opportunity earlier on. But you can see that it goes in waves, where it pushes up, pushes down, pushes up, pushes down, down, and up. And this is the consolidation period where it pushes down here and then it kind of just sits around for a while and then it pops up. I'm expecting something similar with SAGA over the next 1 to 3 months, and I mean, it happened already. Pushed up, pushed down, and is this the beginning of another push up before it pushes back down? I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see. But it's definitely in a sleeping period, and I'm just going to try to wait it out. So GoByte is one that I've also been looking at to see, to get any hints into its behavior and what may happen with SAGA. And it continues to push up. It did hit $50, and it's also going through consolidation or a pullback in the current trend market. Trading Group. I recommended this one to my followers or my YouTube channel, and to watch for at least. It's only at two markets, Stocks Exchange and IDEX, and there's basically no volume from this other broker. The volume, 24-hour volume, is not huge, but Stocks.Exchange has been pulling 96% of the volume. It has dropped off recently in 24-hour volume over the last couple days. But this still is a good coin, and I think that it has a bright future in the $10 to $15 range through the course of 2018. All right, next, Duo. Now Duo is, last price was $2.69. It's still pretty low. This is a better recommendation to than even GoByte, I think, because it's at Cryptopia, and I think that it will, and YieldBit, and I think it will pull a lot more volume and has a lot more potential in the short term to really move. So this is my next official recommendation. Pick for you guys. Do what you want with it. Trade it, buy it into it, watch it. I don't know. It's up to you. I think that this coin has a lot of potential. The circulating supply is 313,000. Total supply or max supply, they don't have it here on CoinMarketCap, but I already researched it. It is 1 million. One more zero. So 1 million in max supply on this coin, and so these are pretty good stats, and I think that this will go pretty high. And I did some research on it to check out the website, looked at the stats on the coin itself. They look good, and the coin is pretty easy to mine. I went on to what you guys should do as well is the announcement, which brings you to this page where users are talking about mining or the coin in general, with questions and answers, as well as the community kind of helping each other out. And the longevity of the coin is a lot of times based on the mining process and how the mining is and how easy it is. If there's any problems with the mining and how the protocol works, then that can stub the growth of a coin. And so far things are looking pretty smooth for Parallel Coin in that department. It's an older coin and it's been out for a while. There was a huge spike that happened back in May, and then it fell right back down after that. But the volume has recently picked back up in March and April of 2017, and it's currently on a tear right now. Volume is still average, like 24-hour volume is still not that high, but people are holding on to this coin though. So the market cap is something that is something that you should be watching for. And as you can see here, that when people are buying in, they're looking like they're holding on to the coin, and that's the most important thing. And I think that this will continue, especially with the spike in volume that just happened on the 8th. More people are educating themselves and finding out about the coin. And I think that this spike or this volume will continue on this coin over time. So where do I think it's going? Probably I would say $10 before an initial pullback or consolidation to the $5 mark, and then a continuation back up probably to the 15 or 20 before it falls back down again. So I think that this is a long road coin. It will go. My expectation, or what I would expect for 2018, is probably $15, $20 for 2018. It could be more, but we'll just have to wait and see. Okay, so Parallel Coin, or Duo, is the small term. So check that out and give it a look over. I haven't seen anything that gives me any big red flags yet for the coin, but who knows. All right, so you also want to be careful with how you do your shopping of a coin, because there are some coins that have really bad websites. They're pretty low quality, have ads and things like that. You want to, or don't even have a website to begin with. You click on the website link and it leads you to something that's like not even there. Sometimes that means that either the website is down or the website address changed and CoinMarketCap didn't update it, or it's just a scam coin in general. So you don't want to be part of that. So make sure you check out, you do your research, check out the website, check out the community, check out the social media to see if the coin is still active and still being used and mined and traded. Okay, so let's move over into Dvorcoin. Now Dvorcoin right now is at $88, which is pretty good. It's still been going in this $85 to $100 range during the course of this week. So it's not a lot of movement on the upside, and I do expect this coin to increase in value, but it will slow down. Now, why do I think it's going to slow down? because a new crypto lending crypto platform or cryptocurrencies are coming out. There's a few of them, and one of them is called Crysos. And I'm going to talk about Crysos here in a second. And my outlook with Dvorecoin still stays the same. I don't think that it will hit 300. I said 200 to 300 in 2018, but I still think that it will go to about $200 in 2018. There's going to be more competition for Dvorecoin in the future because of a new and potentially better platform like Crysos coming out, and to improve the whole entire lending world when it comes to cryptocurrency. Okay, so before we get into that, let's talk about Dvorecoin and where I am and my outlook and what I'm going to be doing with the platform. Since I know of this new type of environment or new type of lending crypto coming out, I'm probably going to start withdrawing my funds. Well, actually, no. What I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be withdrawing 50% of my earnings from Dvorecoin and moving it into potentially into Crysos. Now, Crysos is still an ICO right now, and you can't, and it's not on the market until the last week of January. So I'll probably just hold on to my withdrawals from Dvorecoin until that actually hits the market. Now, some of you might be frustrated because I've recommended Dvorecoin and now I'm moving some funds out of it. That's kind of how this world works. Is new opportunities come out. You have for example, Bitcoin, and there are so many different cryptocurrencies coming out to try to improve upon what Bitcoin is as a cryptocurrency, and where it's faster, there's no mining fees or less mining fees, and so improvements happen as time goes on. And that doesn't necessarily mean that Dvorecoin is dead or gone or is going to die or anything like that. That just means that the growth may be a little bit slower, and but that doesn't mean that you should just all of a sudden take all your money out of Dvorecoin and move on. This just means that it's time to continue to expand your investments. All right, so that's what I'm going to be doing. I'm not going to be removing all of my money from Dvorecoin. I'm going to be withdrawing 50% of it and putting it into another lending platform like Crysos. All right, so you can see that right here. I have a lending wallet of $63, so I'm going to move $30 in the reinvestment. Okay, so I have $33, and I'm going to withdraw, and I'm actually going to do that now. And so I have to go to the exchange. I have to sell my Dvorecoin. To do last price, all. Actually, whoops! I have to move my lending wallet into my DAV wallet. All right, so that's done. So now I go back to the exchange, sell my Dvorecoin, all, sell DAV, and see how fast it goes. And I have Bitcoin now. Okay, so that was instantaneous. Okay, so now what I need to do is I go to the wallet, and under Bitcoin I withdraw. Now I got to get my address from, oops. BTC, copy. Alright, so I'm sending it to Binance for now, so I can hold it there until Crysos comes out, or making more trades on Binance in the future. So we'll see what happens with that. So amount in Bitcoin. Now I don't know how much. I'm just doing all these sixes. I don't know how much I have. So there we go. It says equal to this amount with the fee. Must be less or equal then. And apparently it is, and I believe, so we'll try that and see what happens. So I need a verification code. Where is my phone? Alright, so I'm back. I needed to do my verification code. Now this is a one-time code. I'm sure that a lot of you guys actually know what this is. And so it needs to be less than that, so we're going to do this and bammo. So it says that the withdrawal will be processed in about 15 minutes, and so I'll just wait for that. The last withdrawal I did for about $20 was in my Binance account within the hour. So Devorcoin has sped up their withdrawal process, which is awesome. Okay, so it says I now have 0.00001 Bitcoin in my wallet balance, and so I have moved 50% of my profits from Devorcoin, and I am saving it up or plan to put it into Crysos. Okay, so let's talk about Crysos real fast before I end this video. Now, Crysos is in their ICO process. This is going to be, there are many of these types of this new lending platform coming out. And so what's so different about it? Well, if you go down and you read a little bit about the coin, let's see if I can find, okay. So this area right here, the lending program. Now the lending is pretty good. It's at 1.5% daily profit. I'm not sure if that's a flat rate. If it is, that's pretty good. That's still going to be higher than most of the competition. Devorcoin still, I think, still is averaging about 1.5%, so that's good for Devorcoin. But the big thing is this paragraph right here. So let's say that you buy $1,000 of Crysos at $1 a piece, right? And let's say that Crysos is worth $1 at the time that you bought it. So typically with lending platforms, when you get your investment back after 180 days, typically you just get your $1,000 back, right? Your initial $1,000, which is great. You get your initial investment back. But what if the coin has tripled, quadrupled in value in that 180 days? Well, that sucks, because that means that your $1,000 should be worth more like 10, 20, a lot more. And that's the unfortunate thing with these older lending platforms like BitConnect and Devorcoin as well, is that that's the way that they worked. And with this new style, this means that not only are you getting 1.5% each day over 180 days, but if Crysos' value has gone from 1 to $10 a coin after 180 days, that means that instead of getting $1,000 back, you'll be getting $10,000 back from your initial deposit. So the crazy thing with this new lending is it's going to be huge. That means that you're basically staking and you're getting a daily profit at the same time, which is pretty freaking amazing. So not only will you make a really good profit over 180 days, but at the end of the 180 days, you will make a much larger, potentially larger profit on top of that. I'm not sure how sustainable it is at this point. I do know that I've done some research on Crysos. I do think it's legitimate, but who knows if it's going to be sustainable over the longer term. There's a couple of issues with the program. And it's the ICO process, or what's happening right now. That's going through different phases. It has phases of pre-ICO, crowd sale, phase 1, phase 2, and they're all different. So you can get the coin at a really cheap price. Phase 6 happens. That's how you can buy each coin for $1.85. So the issue with this is that when Crysos is released onto the market with their either a third-party exchange or their own exchange, it will be listed for $14. That's ridiculous. So that means that somebody that bought Crysos at 50 cents for each coin would make a massive profit once it hits the market later in January. So what's going to happen is that the coin will release to the market and it will just drop. It will have a sell-off because people that bought during the ICO are in massive profit, like massive profit. 50 cents to 14. I mean, $14. That's pretty ridiculous. And so Crysos team seems to think that there's not going to be a huge sell-off because they think that that their coin will increase to much more than just $14 over the course of time. I think that they expect by March 8, 2018 that the coin will be worth $42 in February 24. I don't think that's a bad assessment. I think that might be a little bit high because I don't think they are anticipating how much that sell-off will be at $14 when it goes down. I think that it will probably go back down to about the $5 mark before it consolidates and decides to push back up from that point. It will be pretty fast, so it will probably have a good chance to make a good portion of that back during the month of February. Who knows if $24 is a good estimate? I don't think it's too high, but it's questionable when it hits the market of $14. I do plan to invest in Crysos at some point. I think that this may be my next move after SAGA coin. But I'm gonna have to wait. I want to wait and see. I'm not buying into the ICO. I think that's too risky because of the potential drop that can happen right after it hits the market. I'm not recommending you guys do the same thing either. It's too risky to do that with an ICO, especially one that's that you can buy into for 50 cents and then it hits the market at 14. There's no way of saying that it's not going to have a sell-off. So be careful with this one. Don't be too tempted to buy into this. I know I was. And just try to wait until it hits the market. I think on the 27th of, I'm not sure where I got that information. Oh, here it is. I don't think it says there either. But I found out that it was, I think it's the 27th of January when it hits the market. And so just be watching for that date and to see how Crysos reacts to the potential sell-off. All right, so I'm going to put a referral link down so you can at least make an account with Crysos. And I think that referral, I'm not going to be making much from referrals with this program, but it's just this is my job, and I feel like I want to introduce you guys to something that's has pretty big potential. And that you should look into for potentially buying some yourself. And I just recommend the stuff that I'm looking at from me. As most people say when recommending cryptocurrencies, I'm not a financial advisor, but I'm showing you what I'm looking at. I don't have enough followers to make a bunch of money off of making referrals. That's just not going to make a big difference to me. I think that for my referrals at DAV coin, I think I've made maybe $200, just $200. That's nothing to like cry home about, guys. So for those of you thinking that I'm trying to make a bunch of money off of referrals, that's not the case here. I'm making much more off of trading cryptocurrencies than referring people to them. Okay, so Crysos has a lot of potential. It's going to have some competition for other lending crypto platforms that are coming out that have the same type of profit sharing type of thing. Once it hits maturity, you get whatever the coin's worth in value. So DAV coin, I'm going to stay with it. I think it still has a long future, but I think that the lending platform continues to evolve, and so it's good to start moving some funds into these other platforms so you can stay with current with the times. So I will continue to give updates with Dvorcoin and how things are going. I'll continue to remove 50% of my profits as time goes on, and maybe you should consider doing the same. Or if you want to avoid any confusion or jumping around too much, stay with Dvorcoin. It's going to continue to rise in value. The coin is solid. It has a low, let me bring up the stats for you. It has a low supply of only 10 million, and so I think that there's still a lot of potential for this coin to grow just on the coin supply itself, and so not considering the lending platform. So I think that there's still a lot of potential here. I don't want to freak you guys out with Dvorcoin, but be aware that there are always cryptos improving upon a successful structure. Alright, so that's pretty much it for this video. And let's see where my SAGA coin is now. Looks like it's at about $11.48. It's making a slight push back up today. But again, my recommendation is Parallel Coin. Check this one out. It seems to be moving and continues to move today. And it's only being done at Cryptopia Yobit. And so if you don't have an account there, consider making one. Alright guys, thanks for watching and for the support and for the thumbs up and the subscriptions as well. I hope to make some more videos and give you some more recommendations on what is the next best thing. And make sure to try to hold on to those coins as long as you can. And just try not to jump around. I know it's tempting to do so when something new comes out, but try to hold out, and because the time on these coins that have a lower circulating or total supply, they will jump. It just takes time for people to find out about the coin in general, especially if it's been asleep for a long time like this one since 2015, or if it's like SAGA that's brand new. So keep those things in mind. I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.